Thank you for joining us again on Talkin Yanks Book Hour. On today's episode, we will be reading an excerpt from Don Zimmer's book entitled Zim, A Baseball Life, written in 2001, prior to being thrown to the ground by that dirtbag, Pedro Martinez.
That's the way it's been with Joe and me. We have a very close relationship, and we've had a hell of a lot of fun, both with each other and at each other's expense.
We were playing the Twins in the Metrodome in June of 1996 when there was a controversial play involving Bernie Williams on the base paths.
When Joe came back to the dugout after arguing, he told me that the first base umpire, Jim Hendry, had thrown me out of the game. Me, I said. Why me?
I guess he thinks you're the one who was getting on him the most. But as long as you're getting tossed, why don't you go out there and get your money's worth?
So I went out there and did my own screaming at Hendry, but all it did was assure me of getting fined. Almost a year to the day later, we were playing the Marlins in an interleague series in Miami, when in the first game of the doubleheader, the home plate umpire, Greg Bonin, was missing a lot of pitches.
Joe went out to argue, and once again he came back and said to me, "He's throwing you out."
I'm carrying on, waving my arms wildly, getting all hot when Bonin says, "Are you on drugs?"
That really did it. I've been called a lot of things in baseball, but nobody's ever accused me of taking drugs.
In my opinion, Bonin had stepped way over the line.
I was still hot after the game and told the writers that if I had to do it all over again, I might have punched Bonin for what he said to me.
All the while this is going on, Torrey's in his office laughing. As we went back and forth on the field for the start of the second game, I said to him, "Sure you were the one who told me to go out there and get my money's worth? I do that and the man says I'm on drugs. Thanks a lot, pal."
And that ends the story about Don Zimmer, the man I named my dog after, who was definitely 100% not a drug addict.